Citizens of Tamriel, welcome. Today we are looking at another part of the farming quest inside of Skyrim, and this one is very important because all you set it up and now you need a wife and kids, but there are some bugs that you need to worry about and some trials and tribulations that come with marriage and kids in Skyrim that you need to know about. So this is a step-by-step guide of everything that you need to know for how to set up all these wonderful things in farming in Skyrim.
So you just got the farm, and now you're wondering, what can I do with it without glitching it out? Well, there are some surprises in store, so stick with me and let me tell you what everything you got to run through when setting up the farm correctly. On my last video, I showed you how to get everything set up. Links down below if you need that. But this is 70 hours later is where we weekend, and 70 hours of what you need to do and what you need to watch out for when setting the farm up. When it comes to setting your animals, your crops, everything else. So if you haven't got married, the first thing you need to do is change your room into a children's bedroom before it'll let you adopt kids here. On this playthrough, this is the only house I have to make sure that, you know, they don't go anywhere else. I have tried on other houses. It defaults this one down to the last house, so you have to search for it when moving. But once you get inside, a couple things you need to know is that it changes to the bedroom. It works perfectly after it's set up. However, if you change it after you've already had it, your war room, your bookshelf will disappear, but all your books stay on the floor. And if you have armor on your armor shelves, or mannequins, they will disappear and you lose that armor forever. So make sure that before you switch this room over, you either do it at the start and never have it as an armor room, or that you clean it completely out to make sure that you don't lose anything, because you will. The books stay there forever. I don't understand why, but it was interesting to me. So for this one, I just left them in the corner. Going through it, I had no problems leaving them in the corner. It just makes it look like clutter. The rest of the house is just walking through it right here. As you can see, is fine. Nothing else changed after I did that, but it will, you will lose all of your stuff as you go through. Other things, I've seen several comments down below, and I appreciate it, and I'm trying to answer all of those. I do take the time to answer every single comment you put down, so I appreciate it. It may take me a little while, but if you comment, you will get an answer. The next thing we're going to do is, we got it all set up, so we need to go find a wife. So the first thing I did was go to Isolde, and I ran into another interesting little hiccup. Is, if you haven't played it, she needs a mammoth tusk. And since I slayed this mammoth to go give it to her to appreciate my love, I thought, oh, perfect, let's grab her. And it'll be great.
If you find one,
but
teach you a thing or two about
as you can see here, she goes through the thing normal. Oh, bring her a mammoth tusk. Oh, look, I already have one. I slayed that for you.
Turn that old cat's gaze.
Okay, we love each other now.
Become a caravaneer myself.
No, not yet. You still want to be a cavaneer? Okay.
Let me show you a thing
well, how about I put on an Amulet of Mara, and then you'll marry me, right? Well, you gave me extra speech and leveled me up. I appreciate that. Oh, no thing for marriage. It's because of the Amulet of Mara. In all of the other Skyrims, it was. You pop the Amulet of Mara on.
It's a fine day with you.
But as you see, here, it didn't work. And I found that really interesting. I tried this several different times, and what you have to do first is, if you've never been to Riften, even if you have an Amulet of Mara, you have to sit here and listen to his dialogue. You don't have to interact or buy another amulet or anything like that, but if you've never discovered Riften and you have an amulet and you try to do it, for some reason the marriage option is not there, even though you fill all the other requirements up. Now, this is a glitch I ran into on the PS4. I don't know if it's on the other consoles. Let me know in the comments below. But once I listened to him run his little spiel, everything clicked back on as normal. So it was you're able to go through the marriage and everything's fine. So what I'm going to do here is, for all of our new viewers that don't know how to get married, is let you see how the marriage part works. Is you talk to him and you let him talk.
It's difficult to appreciate her gifts in these dark times.
It is difficult to appreciate gifts in dark times. I understand.
Of course.
You do
I'd
accept
be
charity?
more than happy to add a donation to
Awesome.
our charity.
You don't have to give him charity. Next, though, as we go there, we go back to Whiterun. As we beg Isolde to marry us now, will she do it? And look,
Amulet of Mara.
she is interested in me. She had time to polish up that mammoth tusk, and she's ready to go. So everything went right, and you're able to marry her.
Brief as life can be in Skyrim, at least we'll have each other.
Once you go there, you tell her to marry her, then you gotta warp all the way back to Riften. And as soon as I find it, right, nope, there, no, maybe, okay, there, we're here. We talked to him. Please, sir, let us get married.
You wish to be married?
I do.
It's good to see love blossoming even during these difficult times.
Isn't Skyrim
Your wedding will
amazing?
be held tomorrow, from dawn
A
until
wood
dusk.
elf and a
Don't be late.
girl that
Don't
wants
miss
to
your own
secretly
wedding.
be a Khajiit. Only in Skyrim could we find love like that. Alright, so once you talk to him, it says wait. You do have to wait
May we
24
return to
hours for
benevolence
everyone
and
to
safety.
show up, and boom, look,
here's
oh,
the
it's been
proud
24 hours later.
Let's
And
begin
now
the
we're gonna
ceremony.
get married. Once you get
Mara,
married, then
the
you
first
can
gave birth
have her
all
move to the house.
creation, and
She
pledged
works
to watch
completely
over us
normal.
as her
I
children.
did find very
It's from her
laggy,
love of us that we first
or frame
learned
rate
to
drop,
love
not
one
laggy.
another.
It was a frame rate drop
It's from this
when
love
I tried to
that we
warp
learned
back
that
to the
life
house
lived alone.
afterwards.
There's
So
no
for the best results,
gathering
what I
here today
did was
for
is I
Mara's
waited
loving
48
presence,
hours
to bear witness to the
twice.
union of two
After
souls
I
in
walked
eternal
outside the tavern,
companionship.
waited
May
48
they
hours,
journey forth together in
then
this
traveled
life and
to
in the next,
Riverwood,
prosperity,
waited another
poverty,
48 hours,
in joy,
and then that took
and
care of all the frame rate when I came back
Do you
in and
agree
warped
be
back to the
bound together
plantation.
in love?
It's not 100%. You have to take that route,
I do.
but anything
Now
less
and
than
forever.
waiting 48
Do you
hours for
agree
some
to be
reason
bound
gives you
together
crazy
in love,
frame rate drop.
now and forever.
So be mindful of that when you're doing it.
Under
So
the
now
authority
that
of
we
Mara,
married her
the vine of love,
and everyone's happy
declare this
and
couple
we're
to
gonna
be
start
wed.
this life together, I need her to move to my
We're
house. So you
married.
got to catch her because she
Guess we'll
immediately
need to
tries to
decide
run
where
back to
we're living,
Whiterun.
won't we?
Whiterun.
You can always stay with me.
Catch her outside. Say, hey, please come live with me in my plantation.
Our
We'll
new
be
home.
great
I'll
together.
see you there.
But we need some kids. So now while we're back at Whiterun, we're gonna run here. And what I found is there's several kids all through Skyrim that you can adopt. This one is absolutely wonderful. She is all about the alchemy ingredients. So if you need new stuff to put in your farm or to put to make potions and stuff out of, I recommend grabbing this one. Absolutely fabulous for that. So as we're watching, you go through here, and then we need one more kid. I'll show you where to take that one in a moment.
I don't know what
While
to
you're
do.
watching this, keep in mind,
miss
please
you so
comment down
much.
below and like the video, and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in this kind of content. Also, if you have any questions for me and you want to talk to me live, I do stream on Twitch
have
for
a place
Mead
I can
Mondays, every Monday on Twitch. It's all things Skyrim, so please join our
Oh,
Tamriel community.
wow.
And I'd love to see you there.
Are you
Alright,
sure?
now that you've gone through her
You really
dialogue,
wouldn't mind?
and she's still talking. Oh, there we go. Yes, you're my daughter now.
Yay.
We're happy.
Thanks,
But
Mr.
we need a son.
Papa.
So the best one I
promise
found
I'll
that
be the
gives
best
other
son
ingredients
ever.
is up all the way in Dawnstar. So we go to Dawnstar right up here, and he is always running around the road. He runs the roads like
Yes.
Flash,
I'm
and you
ready
gotta
for
catch
the
him.
price
Like I
tonight.
almost didn't catch him there.
Don't pay much.
And
but
now
they
you
let
go
me sleep
through
by the
him.
fire in the inn most nights.
He has a really sad story actually.
They're dead. My pa was a sailor. Took me with him on his last trip. After
And
he
it's
got
like, how
sick,
can you not adopt him
they
after you hear that?
put us
I mean,
off here and
there's
left
no
without
other
us.
option. You gotta take him with you.
Died a few days later.
So once
tried
you
to make
get
do
this,
since then,
the
but
other glitches
it's
that I
been
ran
hard.
into is
Real
again,
hard.
I tried waiting 48 hours after having the 2 kids, but I ran into
Really?
a
You-
glitch where
do
the
you have a
frame
place I
rate
can
started
live?
dropping again. So to resolve
Oh,
this,
wow.
I
Are
fast
you-
forwarded
are you
to
sure?
travel,
really
fast
wouldn't
travel to
mind?
Riverwood. Again, I tried other places it works.
Really? You
I just
mean
picked
it?
Riverwood because
Wow,
it's the
thanks, Pa.
closest
I
one
promise I won't
that
be
I have
any
open on this
trouble at all.
character. But I waited a full 14 days. Once I waited the full 14 days, I'm not saying you have to, but you do need to let some time go by to get the frame rate down. Anything less than 48 hours will still give you frame rate issues. Waiting the full 14 days to let the world reset completely took care of all the lag and all of the frame rate drops. I also added all the pets of Skyrim. I do have a video coming out on that, so please check the channel of how to get all the pets there without glitches. And as you can see, once we get here, it's lively. Everything's here. There's no drops. Everything works correctly. The pets you're seeing is from the quest Pets of Skyrim. You can get a rabbit and a rat and a fox, and I went and got a couple dogs. You can fill it up. So I have everything you can have. I have all my crops planted, farm hands, all the goats, cows, chickens. Everything is in, and everything works perfect. Like I said, I did have issues when I started without doing the frame rate, or started without fast forwarding.
Very good, sir.
And I also noticed, as you can see, my gold is skyrocketed from, in my previous video, I did say that it was only 5,000 and it capped. I noticed that mine kept doing that. I went back and tried it and it would still cap at 5,000. Once I got married, it unlocked it for me. And now it will uncap. I'm not saying that's the trigger for it, but that's what I found in my playthrough. And as you can see, the house is small, but as you go inside, the kids go all around the camp. But then at nighttime, they go straight to their room and they stay, so they won't get in your way if you're trying to cook or do alchemy or enchanting or anything. They stay there. They still can get their pets that'll run around the house. It clutters it a little bit, and she stays here up in the room once nightfall. The rest of the time she'll walk around the camp or do the chores, everything. One thing I did notice, they did fix her though. I've married this one several times, going all the way back on the PS3 version. I know her inventory inside and out, and with they did add all the creation stuff to her inventory, and it does change every 48 hours when she restocks. It added all different creation stuff, so you can get that with any of your merchants. I tried it with others, and they did add all of it to them. And you can no longer buy the Band of Matrimony, which has been, since the 3, that was an issue, is that she would always try to sell you her wedding ring. As you can see, as I go through it, no longer there. Inventory changes correctly, where you get completely different stuff now, not just one or two things different. The spell books, all of it changes. And her Band of Matrimony is still on her, that if you drop down and you try to sneak and take it, it shows that it's in her inventory. But in all of my going through, she never once tried to sell it to me. Doesn't mean anything. It was just always annoying to me and kind of lore breaking that, she'd always try to sell her wedding ring back to me. It's like she didn't love me or something.
Another history-making moment in the lore of Skyrim. That book is closed, but don't you worry, because we have brand new Skyrim content coming out every Saturday, so make sure you don't miss out and hit that subscribe button. And we also have a merch store that has wonderful things that any gamer will love. Remember, make life your beach. We'll see you on the next video.